Hello again. In the previous episode, we created an elevator system. In this episode, we will create pickups for the player to collect. Let's start with preparing the game object. Select the pickup sprite and slice it with the cell size of 128 by 128. Then drag the pickups _0 to the scene and rename it as pickup. After that, change its order in layer to 1 and create a new tag for it called pickup. Next, it's time for a collider. Attach a circle collider 2D component to the game object and activate the isTrigger option. Then change the radius to 0.4. The collider doesn't have to cover the pickup completely. Let's animate the pickup next. This time we will do the animation ourselves. We will make the pickup float in the air. So, create a new animation clip and name it as pickup. Next, press Add Property and select Transform Position. Copy the first keyframe with Ctrl+C and paste it to 0.07 seconds with Ctrl+V. Now we can start animating by pressing the red record button. Move the timeline cursor to 0.4 second mark. Then move the game object down on Y-axis a bit. I will move it down 0.15 units. When you're done, disable the recording mode. Then drag the ending keyframe to 1.12 seconds. The animation is now done. The pickup should float smoothly. Next, move the pickup somewhere else and then activate play mode. When we activate play mode, the pickup jumps back to the position it was animated at. This is because the animation uses the absolute world space coordinates it was recorded at. We would need the animation to be relative to the game object's position. Luckily, there is an easy solution. Remember to exit play mode. In the animator component, there is an option called Apply Root Motion. Activate it. Then enter play mode. Great! Now the pickup stays in the position where we moved it to. Next, duplicate few of these pickups and place them next to each other. Then activate play mode. They all float at the same pace. Let's make it look more interesting by offsetting the start of the animation. We will do it in code. But first, delete the duplicates and prefab the original one. Then create a new script and name it as Pickup Handler. Remember to apply the changes to prefab. When you're done, open the script for editing. First, we will create few variables. Write private float randomizer. For this variable, we will get a random value. Next one will be a boolean that tells us whether the animation has started already or not. Write private bool anim has started. Third one will be a timer. Write private float timer. And last one will store the animator component. Write private animator anim. Then in start function, we will set some values to these guys. First of all, we will store the animator component. Write anim equals to get component animator. Next, we will pause the animation so that it doesn't start immediately. Write anim.speed equals to 0f. Then it's time for the random value. Write randomizer equals to random.range parenthesis. In the parentheses, we need to define two values to minimum and maximum. Write 0f, 0.7f. This function will get a random value between 0 and 0.7. Lastly, write anim has started equals to false. Next in update, we will only play the timer if the animation hasn't started yet. So, write if anim has started. And inside of the curly brackets, timer plus equals to time dot delta time. Then we want to resume the animation when the timer is equal to randomizer. We need to make sure that this if statement only runs once, not anymore after the animation has started. Write if timer greater than sign and equality sign, randomizer, 2 ampersands, exclamation mark, anim has started. And inside of the curly brackets, write anim.speed equals to 1f, and under it, anim has started equals to true. Let's save the script and return to Unity. Duplicate few pickups and move them next to each other. Then activate play mode. Looks good. However, we can't pick them up yet. We will deal with that next. Open the player script. It's time to make a new case to the switch statement. Write case pickup and a colon. Then we simply want to destroy the pickup, and that's it. Write destroy other.gameObject. And under it, break and semicolon. Let's save the script and test it. Awesome, it works! We have floating pickups which we can collect. However, the player doesn't get any reward for doing so. In the next episode, we will create a system that keeps on track with score and displays it on UI. Remember to save the scene. See you in the next episode.